Hey, thanks so much for being here. Welcome or welcome back. This video is about my new planner plans for 2026. Everything has changed, and I am here to just chat about it with you. If you're interested, I hope you stick around. So, you know that for the entire 2025, I have been sticking to this planner, and I love it. I love how much it has grown. I love everything that I have done in it, everything that I've learned throughout the year, and I love the fact that the whole entire year is in here, but I do not enjoy, I guess, lately. I haven't been enjoying the heaviness of it and how big it is. And just again, it goes back to the same reason my space is not that big. So it becomes a project to find a space for me to really open this planner and work on it comfortably. On top of that, some things had changed, at least for the first month of the year, and I wanted to switch things around. I had planned, which I don't have it with me, I planned to move into my B6 Slim with the idea that because it was a little bit slimmer, that I will alleviate some of the problem or the issue with my spacing, but it's still almost occupying the same space, even though it is a slim version. And not only that, but it's also a little heavy. And I guess it will still get a little chunky like this, which I love. Again, it's not that I don't. I really love holding this planner and I love everything that I have done in it. But I do want to be a little bit more mindful about my space. And not only that, again, like I said, some plans have changed for the first month of the year. So what I decided to do was to switch my entire system. And I know that is a little reckless now that we're closer to the end of the year to reset. I guess it's reckless for us in the community. I don't know if that's reckless or not, but it is, I guess, for me, thinking about how long I've been planning on moving into the B6 and how much I really love this planner. But I am committed. I had set up a new system for 2026 that I'm hoping will help with some of the issues. So I have here my system, which is still a chunky setup here, but bear with me. So I'm going to move this aside and I'm going to share with you what I have set up in here. Now, this is just part of it. There's a two-part version that I like working in hybrids and in a hybrid setting or system. So I will have my main planner, my everyday carry. I will have my journaling pages, and I will have my on-the-go or companion set up for when I feel like I want to change things around or I need a little bit more space for different planning related things. So this is again part one, I guess, of this setting. What I'm going to show you in here, it's going to shock you, especially if you've been here for a while and you see my other videos. I shocked myself when I pulled the trigger and I went for it. But again, I just have to go with whatever works in the moment. And after a while, I decided that I just had to go back to what was familiar in terms of space, functionality, and yeah, functionality and space pretty much. Here we go. So in here, I have my cover for this is, I forgot the name of it, but it is an affordable vegan, not vegan, but a leather cover. It is simulating the Traveler's Factory covers. This is again a generic version, but I did get them a while ago, so I still have a few. They come in a pack of different colors. I will link everything that I'm using below in case you happen to be in the same sort of fluctuation between systems and you're still trying to find things to add to your supply and setups. I have a clip here, a magnet clip that I've got at some point from, I think that's chain, so it is very flimsy and cheap, but it worked. It was free, I think, with an order. And then here I have some coins from Japan that we've got when we went there, and I have some charms from the Starbucks factory and the Travelers Company factory collaboration with Starbucks. I think it is. Actually, no, this one is the one with Starbucks, and then this one is from the station. So those are just reminders of our travel. And then I have this elastic bag holding these in here in case I need an extra one. Like I said, things have changed for the month of December and I want to be prepared. So this setup looks very chunky in here, but it is because it's holding pretty much all the supplies that I want to be using. So the cover, then we get to the let me take this off. We get to the beginning here. I did went ahead and add just a sticky note pack in here in case I need them. A pocket that I DIY'd and put it in here. Then I still had some of these inserts from way back 2-3 years ago when I got these. They all come with their own inserts, so I have a few. I've got some pictures there, and then we get to the setting. So this is what I went for. And yes, I had created a full video of not going back to the Hobonichi weeks because I didn't needed it. And then I found myself needing one. So here we are. I went for the sneaker mega. This is the same one that I had a few years ago, that the only one that I really used completely. So I went ahead and chose the one that I knew that worked. I liked that the cover is soft, so I can manage it a little bit better and then just abuse it, so to speak. So I added some stickers there, and then I have some things in here that I will start working with pretty soon. Then after this, I have included a cheap calendar from 2025 to 2027, and this one is the one that I'm going to be using on the go for content planning. After that, it's the back of this little folder, and here I have some stickers. I'm even holding my pen in here, I think, yeah. So there's my pen, stickers, and washi tape and things like that I might need for my planning. And here I have this little pretty pouch that my husband got from Puerto Rico. This is, I think you get them at the airport, and he got them he got it from me about a year or so ago, and I didn't use it, and I found the perfect reason to use it. Now we are going to Puerto Rico for a whole month, and I decided to just use it to hold extra stickers and little things that I might need for my planning. And since it is slim, it's almost the same size as the weeks. It fits perfectly back here. I also added another of these pockets and holding sticky notes just in case. And so I added back there, and then I can close the whole thing and take it with me on the go. So now when I am actual planning or going around, since this will be my everyday carry, I will actually carry it with me when we are out and about. I will just pull it out from here and leave the other stuff behind, I'm thinking, unless I have space and I can take the whole thing with me just in case. But otherwise, I would just take the actual planner, and the idea is that I have the plans with me when I'm out there. So that's the setup for the actual main planning coming up for 2026. It is a big change. Let me just take it out from here. So this is a big change from what I said I wanted to do. However, still within the line of what I want. I just wanted something smaller. As you can see, this is, I guess if I compare it to the B6, I wish I had it here. The B6 is just a tiny bit bigger, I guess, wider, but then the B6 has the full year. And while I love that, I also wanted to ensure that I had a more compact version. Now, like I said before, I will continue to do my daily pages, and you know that I love those. So what I decided to do was to add another notebook to just do my daily pages. I really enjoy doing these, just going crazy with on the flow with whatever it is in my head, and I just have fun with them. So I decided to add another notebook, which I am still waiting for in the mail. It is a 1,000-page notebook. As far as going thin, I actually went over, I guess, comparing to this chunky, but I got it to be divided in two books so I can leave one behind and just take the slimmer one when I am out and about, or when I'm here at my desk, which is a smaller space and I need to just plan, or if I just want to focus on my journaling, I can also do that. And it is also going to be a week's size. So once I get it here, I'll do like an unboxing, and I will talk a little bit more about how I'm going to be using it in combination with this one. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I just divided my whole approach from one book to two books. And I guess the idea of going with a 1,000-page notebook was to hopefully stay in it for over a year. So in here, even though we do have a page per day, I was running into that feeling of running out of pages at the end of the year, and I don't want that feeling again. So having the 1,000-page option, I think I can make that work and not feel like I'm gonna run out of pages. So that's the plan for the journaling pages. And also, I guess, as final thought, I'm going to be moving out of my current planner to my Hobonichi weeks in December instead of waiting till the end, for two reasons. First, because we are leaving to Puerto Rico at the end of November, so I won't be bringing this planner with me. I will just bring the weeks, and then the system, I'll be bringing this right here for holding my things. And the only other one that I'll bring is the passport. And the only reason I'm bringing this one is because I do to set up inserts for every time we travel. So I'll have a whole new insert here for just the whole month that we are going to be in Puerto Rico, so I can make it a a full Puerto Rico theme travel insert. So those two. And yeah, I'm not bringing anything else other than my iPad for on-the-go notes or digital notes and my work notebook, which I don't know if I showed you, but I got this notebook in Walmart, although you can find it at the dollar store and whatever. It's super cheap. It's $1. This one is the I forgot the brand, but it's the Walmart brand anyways. So super cheap. It's a line notebook, not my favorite style of pages, but since this is just for scrap notes and work notes that will definitely be shredded eventually, I don't necessarily care. Now I did one in, had some planning in here, some sticky notes, and have been adding my own tabs and stuff like that, depending on the notes that I do. But yeah, I guess I wanted to share that in case you are looking for like a scrap notes, something that you don't feel pressure to keep pretty or anything like that. I chose that one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So once I get my new notebook in the mail, I will do a separate video just to talk a little bit about how I'm going to be using that one as my part of my system, and hopefully you're still here for it. If you happen to have found my channel a while ago because I was using a Weeks for my daily planning, I hope that you're still around, and hopefully I can still share some useful spreads with you and anybody else that uses any other planner, because I do interchange the way I use my Weeks. So I love using spreads that I can translate to different planners and stuff like that. I am going to miss my time spread though for my weekly stuff, so I will definitely incorporate something along those lines. Although, however, I have been using this sort of spread lately, and I'm not using it as a time planning spread. I'm just using it like a list for today. So I'm just writing down stuff that I want to do or that I have done, just so I can track them, and then just add a snippet of the day of whatever it is that we did. Sometimes adding a doodle and stuff. So just sharing how I'm going to be using them. I guess the approach of actually using my notebooks is the same. So the monthlies will continue to be the same, the weeklies and the dailies in here, since I have, even though it's a mega, I will have 200 and some pages, I still know that I will be limited in terms of journaling. So that's why I added that other notebook. But in the meantime, since I'm going to still journal some in here, I decided to take some time and divide the pages per month. So I think you get about 8 pages per month. So I can do like a little highlight of the day and a picture, a little tiny picture or something like that. So that's the plan. We'll see how that goes. I do have some tabs in here to separate the areas that I want to do, because I do want to translate whatever it's been working in here, move it into here in a smaller format version. Let me show you in here before I leave. So in here, I don't have anything yet, just planned. The first thing that I did was add some stickers. I got these ones are at Barnes and Noble. I love this one. You had me a trigger warning, and if I cannot bring my books, I'm not going. I love those. So I had to put them there. I'm planning on adding some washi tape in here. I've seen other people use strips of washi tape and covering the whole thing. I think that's a neat idea, so I might do that. Then here, I don't know what I will do. Maybe I'll add more stickers. I have some notes here telling me what is it that I want to use the area for. And then in here, I am going to be tracking my live data again. Obviously, I don't have as much space as I do in my B6, but I'll still make it fit in some way. In here, I have my travel. And here, my monthlies. Again, just a reminder that I want to begin in December. So we live on the 25th of November. So I will have some days that I will still have to plan somewhere. So I'm thinking that I might just add some notes in the back, or maybe even a sticky note or something. I don't know what to do. I just don't want to take too much space here for November, since we don't necessarily have that much. We do have Thanksgiving though, so I do want to have some space to journal about that. So I might just do it in the white pages and more. But then I guess when I come back, I do want to come back here and add some notes. So I went ahead and set up the last week of the month, so I can come back and either add notes to it or just kind of complete it in some way. So that's the notes, the monthlies, and then the weeklies are separated starting December 1st. I will be using this little clip that I got from Grabby in one of their subscription boxes. I have another one in the mail, which is a Christmas theme, and I am so excited. I can't wait to see it. So hopefully I can forward it to Puerto Rico and do the whole review over there. That's the weeklies, and then we get to the notes, which you're familiar with the opening 2 weeks anyway, so I'm not talking about the the actual setup and what's in here, but how I'm planning on using it. I guess in here I'm going to cover this page because I don't necessarily refer a lot to index, even though I have tried them a couple of times. It's just not something that I find useful for in my case. So I might just discover it, maybe cover this one because I don't necessarily refer to it, just make a whole spread here for my weekly cover. Then we get to the dailies, which, like I said, I will be dividing by month. So I will do every 8 pages. I might do like a sticky note like this, so I remember to stay within the 8 pages in terms of those highlights for the day. And then we get to the back pages, which I use sometimes. I guess I used that at some point. I think this this measure is one that I have used a lot, and I learned it from here. So yeah. And here I have my yearly calendar from Filofax, which I want to update because I want to bring some information with me. So I do have to do that to just have it handy. And then I added the pocket here this time around in the very back so I can use my little card to hold, which is breaking, by the way. So I don't know how long it will last, but hopefully it will last me enough. But it is breaking there. So we'll see. We'll see how long it lasts. And once it's gone, because I don't think I will add another one of those to my stash. So yeah, this is what I have in here. The other thing I did was round the corners, which that I fell in love when I moved to the Filofax, I think it was. And I haven't looked back. Now I have to round everything. So yeah, this is my setup in here, or part of it. This is part one of the setup plan for 2026. New plan, whole new plan. So hopefully you stick around for the second part and for the setup, flip, and all that stuff, the good stuff. So yeah, I hope that the video has helped you in some way. I have no idea how, but hopefully you have found some kind of inspiration and some permission to go forward and change everything at the last minute. It's good to go. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. I hope that you do stick around for the second part of the video. And until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.